Okay, so uh, this was the cube jump consistent from blowback to multiply and possible ascension. You've noticed that I do it from the final barrier, and I don't know if it's actually faster to combine it with solving blowback, but it's pretty fast to set it up. And this barrier has huge issues with cube jumping in general for two reasons that the other barrier has in much less. So, issue number one is it's too far from multiplying possible sense, and so any minor difference gets amplified over the distance, and that barrier is a fair bit closer, so that helps a lot towards uh, being consistent at doing it. And the second issue is that both of these sides of the barrier they slide the cube out slightly differently depending on where you're standing when you place the cube. So, for example, do it on this side. If you stand here and you place the cube with the outline, you see the outline on the back lining up with the barrier. Place it here, it slides this way. If you get closer all the way and place it there, like this, it slides a bit differently, and you will notice if you actually do it yourself and pay attention. But essentially, that makes it really, really hard to get consistently 100% consistent results, because especially when you're doing like long jumps, a lot of people did like slow player speed long jump, and that the inclination of the cube is very, very important when you long jump. So that basically kills that cube jump. For the slow, for the one for labyrinth, it doesn't really matter because you just want to jump in the general direction, like there somewhere. You just need to get enough length or distance. So if you do, you're fine. But for multiply impossible ascension, you need to be fairly accurate. So this barrier has the problem of the distance, amplifying all of the inaccuracies, and the problem of the cube being pushed out differently every time, which really basically makes the cube jump completely inconsistent. However, this final barrier, this side is basically completely useless for cube jumping to MIA, but on this side, as long as you place the cube somewhat like this, if you go too far, you see it turns the other way a bit. You see it's heading towards the left. But if you place it like I don't know, like this, it's still pointing towards the left. If you place it like this, it's pointing towards the right. And with that, if on slow player speed, you just need to aim somewhere in that direction, and you will get there most often. For positioning, I have two things I like to line up with. One is this red dot on the ground, or this red area. I stand a bit left of it, like around here. It's really not precise, so depending on if you want a more precise setup, depending on your FPS and how you play, and I don't know, you know Tao's principle, it doesn't really work. It varies person to person. So if you want to find your setup, you can look for specific pixels, but I just do it from somewhere on the left of this dot. And then you just look at the cube and jump. Another thing that you can use, that I used for a bit, is on this wall you will see that there is a small, very small piece of like darker wall, I guess. And if you aim slightly to the right of that and then you cube jump, it will basically always work. And watch me fail it as I say that it's super consistent, but yeah, sometimes you get like really on the edge like this, but generally this area is wide enough and you're close enough from that second barrier to the point that any mistakes are really too not too punishing. But if you do fall out, it's even worse because then you have to like you're basically dead. You have to reset and do it again from the start, which sucks. But it's consistent enough. If you work on a precise setup, you can get it for yourself basically 100% of the time. And the other cube jump to labyrinth is really easy, and if you fail it, it's 100% your fault. Because honestly, I have never failed it, and I don't know how you can even fail it. So yeah, hopefully this helped in making your C1 more consistent and in giving you a better understanding of cube jumping, I guess. Have fun with old sigils. Have fun with actual runs, because I don't do those. Oh.